Hey, Book Fam. It is February 1st. It is Black History Month, and we are celebrating the 100th Black History Month. As you guys know, in 1926, Carter G. Woodson started what was called Negro Week at the time, and it was meant to celebrate all of the African American contributions to the history of this country. It has since expanded into a month, and we have been celebrating for 100 years now. So this video is really about my February hopefuls, but of course my February hopefuls in Black History Month center around our stories. What I tried to do this year was to make sure that I cross a couple different genres. I read Black history books and Black authors all throughout the year, but during this month, I do like to especially highlight some that others might be interested in reading. So without further ado, my February hopefuls are, the first one is Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. And I have had this book for like 2 years, maybe longer than that. And I am ashamed that I have not yet read this book. This is a classic book that was first published back in 1952. And it is about a man who journeys from the Deep South to Harlem and all of his experiences and the things that he sees, the things that he's a part of. It is so superbly written, I've heard, which is why it instantly became a classic. So I am looking forward to The Invisible Man. I will read this book this month, I promise. Another one that has been on my list for a while, I even started this book already, is I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings by the incomparable Maya Angelou. This book is a memoir, or at least a memoir of the first part of her life. And I started it, she's still a child, a little girl, where I am in this book. But my plan is to finish I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings. This is also considered a Black classic, so I'm looking forward to reading this. Another one that just came out is With Love from Harlem by Rashonda Tate. Now, I am really excited about reading this because not only is this about the one and only Hazel Scott, but Hazel Scott also had a friendship with Billie Holiday. And one of my favorite movies of all time is Lady Sings the Blues, and which is about Billie Holiday. And so I'm interested to see the story behind their friendship and what was happening at the time. I've heard that with the early ARC readers, they have said this book is fabulous. So I cannot wait to get to it. And that's With Love from Harlem by Rashonda Tate. Another book I have on my TBR is another memoir or autobiography, which is Assata by Assata Shakur. I really am interested in learning about her journey to activism, her journey to the Black Panther Party, and what happened in all of the instances surrounding her arrest. And so I'm really excited about reading this one too. I've heard a lot of great things about this autobiography. Another one, which is fiction book, If I Ruled the World by Amy Dubois Burnett. This also was hot off the press. This just came out this past week. One of the book clubs that I'm in has selected this book as a read for the book club in March. So it was on my list anyway to read though, because I've heard a lot of great things about it. It is about a woman who is an editor of, I believe it's a fashion magazine, and she leaves to take over, I believe it's a hip hop magazine called Sugar. Well, she quits the fashion editing job to take over a magazine that was a struggling hip hop music and lifestyle magazine. And she has basically 6 months to revive Sugar and to revive her career. So this one is a fiction book that I have on my list to read in February as well. I have a couple of audiobooks that I want to listen to. One is a nonfiction audiobook. It's called When Trees Testify. I'll put that on the screen here. Science, Wisdom, History, and America's Black Botanical Legacy. I am really thrilled about this one, primarily because I have yet to read a history book surrounding Black history and culture and botany and trees. And this book explores the way 7 trees and the cotton shrub are intertwined into Black history and culture. And me being the STEM person that I am, a STEM trained girly, I am really excited about digging into this book. But I have that one on audio, so I'm going to listen to that one. Another one on audio that I plan to listen to is Parable of the Sower. Now, Parable of the Sower was written by Octavia Butler, and Parable of the Talents, which is the sequel to Parable of the Sower. I have the Sower on my list for now, but I've had these books for a while, and it took me this long to get to these books. So I really, really want to finish Parable of the Sower, at least. Definitely want to get to Parable of the Talents as well. But on my list for this month is Parable of the Sower, so I'm hoping to get through that one. And the last book that I have on the list, I don't have a physical copy. I'm borrowing it from the library, but it is also a classic. It is The Street by Ann Petrie. And this book is about a woman who is raising her son in 1940s Harlem. And this book also is considered a Black classic. And one thing that is interesting about this book is the first book written by an African-American woman writer that sold over 1 million copies. And so I have never read anything by Ann Petrie, so I am really excited to read The Street. Again, I've heard a lot of things about this one as well. So that is my TBR for February. Please do make sure you follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my channel for more book content, and stay tuned for the February wrap up of all of these books. So hopefully I can get through them. See you soon.